The world of football is buzzing, and it's not without reason. Marcus Rashford, the talented English forward who's shown at Manchester United, has signed with FC Barcelona in a move that has left fans and experts alike in awe. This isn't just any transfer, it's a masterstroke by Hansi Flick, the architect behind Bayern Munich's treble in 2020, who is looking to bring Barcelona back to the pinnacle of world football. But why Rashford? How does he fit into a team already filled with stars? And most importantly, can he rediscover his magic at Camp Nou? Let's dive into this historic transfer that promises to change everything for the 2025 to 2026 season. FC Barcelona has had tumultuous years, marked by financial problems and ups and downs on the field. Despite the talent of youngsters like LAMINE Yamal and the experience of Robert Lewandowski, the team needed a boost in attack to compete at the highest level in La Liga, the Champions League, and the Copa del Rey. Last season, Yamal shone as a winger, but the lack of depth in attack made the team vulnerable. Rafinha brought a spark, but injuries and inconsistency showed that a fourth attacker was necessary. This is where Marcus Rashford comes in, a player with speed, versatility, and a burning determination to prove he is still one of the best. Hansi Flick is not just a coach, he is an architect of football. At Bayern, he transformed players like Thomas Müller and Alphonso Davies into key pieces by maximizing their strengths. For Rashford, Flick has a clear plan: to turn him into an explosive left winger who stretches defenses, cuts inside, and connects with the team's creative core. But this isn't the Rashford we've seen in recent years at Manchester United, where he seemed trapped by pressure and lack of continuity. Flick aims to free him by giving him the freedom to play instinctively within a structured system. In Flick's 4-3-3, Rashford will occupy the left flank, complementing the runs of Lamine Yamal on the right. Yamal, who carried much of the creative responsibility last season, will now have an ally to share that burden. This creates a dual threat in attack capable of destabilizing even the strongest defenses. Lewandowski, on the other hand, will benefit from Rashford's movements, which open up spaces with his speed and ability to stand out. The internal dynamics of FC Barcelona are a mix of egos, talent, and constant pressure. The arrival of a player of Rashford's stature could be both a blessing and a challenge. Flick has made it clear that he sees Rashford not just as an attacker, but as a leader capable of inspiring younger players like Lamine Yamal and GAVI, and connecting with veterans like Lewandowski and Frenkie de Jong. But how can a player coming from a vastly different environment like Manchester United integrate into a team with such a defined culture? Sources close to the club reveal that Rashford has already begun to earn the respect of his teammates through his humility and professionalism. In early training sessions, he has been seen working closely with Yamal, sharing tips on how to face closed defenses, something Rashford has experience with from his years in the Premier League. However, not everyone is convinced of his star role. Some players like Rafinha might feel their place in the starting 11 is threatened, which could generate healthy competition or internal tensions. The fan base of FC Barcelona is one of the most passionate and critical in the world, and Rashford's arrival has generated a whirlwind of emotions. On social media, the hashtags #RashfordAbarca and #BienvenuMarcus have gone viral, with thousands of cuels celebrating the arrival of a player capable of changing the course of matches. Younger fans see Rashford as a charismatic figure who combines talent and an inspiring story, from his modest beginnings to his social activism in England. However, not everyone is convinced. On forums and radio shows, some sectors of the fanbase express doubts. "Why spend so much on a player who hasn't been consistent in recent years?" asked a supporter during a debate on Catalonia radio. Comparisons with previous transfers, like that of Philippe Coutinho, which did not meet expectations, are on the minds of many. The pressure on Rashford will be enormous, especially because the cuels expect immediate results. To counter this, the club has launched a social media campaign showing Rashford training in the Blaugrana jersey, generating excitement and showing his commitment. But only time will tell if he manages to win the hearts of the fans. Rashford's transfer, valued at around €70 million with bonuses, is a significant bet for a club still grappling with financial limitations. Although FC Barcelona has worked to clean up its accounts, this transfer raises questions about long-term sustainability. Is it worth investing so much in a player who hasn't been at his best level recently? Financial experts in football have divided opinions. On one hand, Rashford represents a huge commercial opportunity. His personal brand, especially in markets like England and the United States, could skyrocket jersey sales and attract sponsors. Additionally, his presence on social media, with millions of followers, amplifies the club's global visibility. An analysis by the consultancy firm Dillo estimates that Rashford's economic impact could generate up to €100 million in additional revenue over the next 3 years, provided he performs on the field. On the other hand, the risk is undeniable. If Rashford doesn't adapt or meet expectations, FC Barcelona could face criticism for prioritizing a high-profile transfer over other needs, such as strengthening the defense or midfield. Joan Laporta, the club's president, defended the decision during a press conference. Marcus is an investment for the future. Not only is he a great player, but he is also a symbol of what we want this new Barcelona to be: ambitious, global, and winning. The transfer of Marcus Rashford to FC Barcelona has sparked a deluge of opinions among prominent football figures. Jamie Carragher, a former Liverpool defender, expressed his surprise at this move. "I thought Rashford would stay in the Premier League, but Flick knows what he's doing. If anyone can get the best out of him, it's him," he said. On his part, tactical analyst Michael Cox highlighted Rashford's versatility as a key factor. He can play in 3 different positions, which gives Flick options he didn't have before. "It's a transfer that can change the course of a season," he added. However, not everyone is as optimistic. Former coach Louis van Gaal, who gave Rashford his debut at Manchester United, warned, "Marcus has immense talent, but he needs emotional stability. Camp Nou does not forgive mistakes." These opinions reflect the polarization generated by this transfer. For some, it's the missing piece. For others, an experiment with too many unknowns. Although optimism surrounds this transfer, there are risks that cannot be ignored. Rashford's adaptation to FC Barcelona's style of play, based on possession and high pressing, will be a challenge. The Premier League is known for its frenetic pace, but La Liga demands superior technical ability and a more composed reading of the game. If Rashford fails to adjust, he could be exposed in matches against teams like Girona or Sevilla, which punish mistakes with deadly counterattacks. Another factor is media pressure. In Barcelona, every match is analyzed down to the millimeter, and Rashford, as a high-profile star, will be under a microscope. His life off the field, which in England has been the subject of headlines for his activism and some controversies, could also be a point of friction in an environment as intense as Catalonia's. Flick and his team are aware of this and have assigned a support group to help him navigate this transition, but success will largely depend on Rashford's mental strength. Beyond FC Barcelona, Rashford's transfer has implications for global football. At a time when clubs are looking for players who shine not only on the field but are also influential figures off it, Rashford fits perfectly. His work in campaigns against child poverty in England has made him a global icon, and FC Barcelona hopes to leverage this image to strengthen its brand in emerging markets. Additionally, his arrival reinforces the trend of English players seeking new challenges in foreign leagues, following in the footsteps of Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. In the context of the Champions League, Rashford could be the key to FC Barcelona competing again for the trophy they haven't won since 2015. With rivals like Manchester City and PSG investing millions, the addition of a player with Rashford's European experience sends a clear message: Barcelona is ready to compete among the elite. As the 2025-26 season approaches, all eyes are on Marcus Rashford. His first official match, likely in a high-profile pre-season friendly, will be the first clue as to how he will fit into Flick's scheme. Fans hope to see him shine at Camp Nou, but they also know the path won't be easy. With the support of Flick, the creativity of LAMINE Yamal, and the experience of Robert Lewandowski, Rashford has everything he needs to succeed, but football is unpredictable. This transfer is not just a story of talent, but also of redemption, ambition, and risk. Will Rashford be the hero who leads FC Barcelona into a new golden era, or will he become another chapter in the list of unfulfilled promises? The answer lies on the horizon, and the football world holds its breath.